doing the same thing, just heifers set perfect all the time. I think the only difference, I think maybe had her set a little wide on her front feet a couple times compared to that girl in first. But yeah, excellent job. I switched 3 and 4. I think yeah, the only thing there, I think we have to remember that we're not done showing until we're out of this ring. I think the girl that was in third that I moved to fourth maybe just gave up a little bit after I pulled her in, but yeah, that's splitting hairs. But and then as we move on down the line, yeah, and just an excellent set of show people. That was a tough class. Thank you.
Invited back for further competition from our first heat of senior showmanship is Haley Conley and Brad McIntyre. Placings in the following that in the heat are as follows. Kelly Somerville was third. Caitlin Kavanaugh was fourth. In fifth was Rebecca Redner. In sixth, Michaela Chalmers. In seventh, Evan Chalmers. Eighth, Owen Chalmers. So congratulations, that was a good, strong heat. We're now moving into our second and final heat of our senior showmanship competition. We'd like to welcome our Limousin enthusiasts this morning, and we are now getting your show underway. This is the Ontario Junior Limousin Association Royal Winter Fair Showmanship Competition. We're now starting with our Pee-wee competitors. These are the first class of the day in the ring, and we welcome our Pee-wees. Our official judge today in the Limousin Showmanship Competition is Amanda Hamill. Amanda grew up on a cash crop and beef feedlot just outside of Brampton, Ontario, which, along with her involvement in 4-H, built the foundation for a career in Ontario agriculture. Currently, Amanda is a senior financing specialist in agriculture with RBC Royal Bank, where her focus is on developing solutions to help clients achieve their business and financial objectives. She has played an active role in various agricultural committees and boards. It was the passion and excitement of being involved in the 4-H program that led her to entering the Angus seed stock business 10 years ago. In addition to the purebred Angus cows, Amanda and her husband Steve own and operate a 60 kg dairy operation, which they started on their own 5 years ago and are raising their 3 daughters, Madison, Haley, and Ava. Amanda, a warm welcome to the ring today, and we look forward to your comments as you work through this showmanship competition.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and what a great way to start a 4-H show or the junior show today with these three young individuals who obviously have a lot of passion for agriculture. And so, I talked to each of them on their own right, and it's just a lot of fun right now to see the enthusiasm and everything that's going on in the Limousin breed for them to be out here. So, I've talked to them individually, so I'm not going to give reasons, but great job, guys.
We have such wonderful prizes for these peewees that we'd ask for mom and dad to come up and help them carry them back to the stall. That's pretty impressive when you need to ask for mom and dad's help to carry your award. Our congratulations in our peewee showmanship class. Lucas Zwambag was your winner. Owen Zwambag was second, and Callum Grant was third. So congratulations. On that note, the prizes today in the Limousin show are sponsored by the Ontario Junior Limousin Association and their fundraising efforts along with Lloyd Den Stock Farm from Holyrood, Ontario. Doug and Dennis Johnson are purebred Limousin breeders along with family construction business started by their father, Lloyd Johnston. The Ontario Junior Limousin Association thanks them for the beautiful prizes they worked hard making for the juniors. And I just draw your attention up to the announcer's table to the right and have a look at what these juniors get to take home today. They're just wonderful prizes, so that's great. We're now moving into our junior competition and our Limousin showmanship. The junior competitors are invited into the ring. There is one class of them.
I think we have another extremely impressive class of senior show people in front of us. I started the class off with a young lady that I think her heifer just didn't do anything wrong for her. She had her set perfect all the time. Like, you have that head carriage. I really appreciate the way that she holds the halter and gets around the ring. Young lady in second, this is very close. I think when the only thing that kind of split them was young lady in second. I think her heifer's hind legs used to be. They're kind of close, almost crossed at one point, but very, very capable young lady. Young lady in third, another quality show person. I think gets around the ring with ease and maybe just doesn't get those feet quite as set quite as well as the two young ladies that won the class. As we move on down the line, excellent quality show people. I think we have some, towards the end of the class, we've got some calves that just aren't acting the way that we'd like them to be, but an extremely strong set of senior show people.
The results from our second heat of senior showmanship. Brandy Thaxter and Holly Somerville have both been invited back for further competition. In third, we had Karen Upton. In fourth, Tyler Jarvis. Fifth, Darren Hargrave. Sixth, Charlene Elliott. Seventh, Clinton Ostrander. Eighth, Adam Black. Ninth, Ashlyn Ostrander. So congratulations to all of our senior competitors. We'll invite back the top two from the previous heats, where the judge will be asked to make his selection for the champion senior show person and the reserve senior show person. If there's a representative from Tullamore Farm, we'd love to have you to the announcer's table to make the banner presentation.
I think we have 4 extremely qualified show people out here. When I was asked to do this, I figured I'd run into some tough sledding, but I wasn't quite sure it'd be this tough. But I think we have 4 extremely qualified show people out here. When you get into competition this tough, it's splitting hairs on who to use. But I'm gonna take another quick look here and go pick you a couple champions.
Your champion senior show person today, our congratulations to Haley Conley. And your reserve senior show person, congratulations goes to Brandy Thaxter. So the competitors entering the ring right now are the Grand and Reserves from their age division, where we will ask Judge Lasby to make his selection for the overall Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion show person.
We're We're going to start this junior division off with a young showman here that I think maybe is about the calmest out here. She's put it well together. She's got excellent head carriage on that heifer. And to be honest, she's probably about the best behaved. I know that some of these heifers are probably getting tired after a long week, but she does a great job with that heifer. For the most part, she's got her feet and legs set up and just does a real nice job. Going to give her the advantage. I've got a young showman here in second that probably has the best head carriage in the class. She just did a great job out there. Lots of feet placements. I know you got kind of caught up in the corner down there, and you know what? Just stay calm. You guys got to remind yourselves that you're with these cattle all the time. So if you get yourself worked up, right, they're going to get worked up. So, but just a great job and really kind of splitting hairs on the top two showmen. Coming into a showman that I've got here in this red heifer, and she does a real good job with this. She's put together, just maybe tends to get those back legs stretched out a little bit too much, and it tends to maybe get her a little bit weaker in her loin, so just tighten her up, but again, a nice job. The black heifer here is very well presented. You know, you can tell this young girl does a great job. She's on the show stick. Just maybe front feet weren't placed just the way we'd like to see them here, kind of get those squared up a little bit, but again, a nice job. And you get down the class, and we've got some calves that maybe just aren't acting as well as what they should, and it's just really, really kind of tough sledding, but just a great job overall. Congratulations, juniors.
Your results from the class of junior showmanship and our Limousin competition. Your winner was Jocelyn Kennedy. In second was Taylor Brush. Third was Shannon Gibson. Fourth was Paige Grant. Fifth was Margaret Darling. Sixth was Sean MacArthur. Seventh was Carson Zwambag. Eight was Mario Broniak. And ninth was Ethan Broniak. So a great class of juniors. Congratulations to you all. At this point in time, we'd like to acknowledge a generous donation that has been made to the Junior Angus Association. We'd like to recognize Anderson Farms, David Anderson, for a generous donation of $5,000 that he's given to the Junior Angus Association. At one time, David was a junior, a member of the program. He certainly believes in it and wanted to give back to these young people. So we'd like to extend our huge thanks to Anderson Farms and to David for giving these funds towards this young program. Certainly, it will help build the foundation to go forward. So our thanks to Anderson Farms for their generous contribution.
I think it's safe to say that the Angus breed is in good hands going into the future with the quality juniors that you've sent through the ring this morning. It's been a great group of kids right from top to bottom. There's a lot of quality show people that got sent back to the barn, but it was tough today. So before I pick your champion in reserve, I'd just like to thank the Ontario Angus Association for asking me to do this. It's been a special royal for me. I think this year it was my son's first royal. He was born in June. We had a tremendous day in the Hereford show, and we finished off with a bang last night. So it's been a special one that I won't forget, and I think this is kind of the cherry on top to be asked to judge the junior show today. But with that, thank you for having me. I'll go pick your champion reserve show people.
Your grand champion show person today comes out of our senior division. Congratulations to Haley Conley. And your reserve grand champion goes to Brandy Thaxter. So congratulations to all of our competitors that competed today in our junior show. Our thanks to Judge Justin Lasby for being our official today and working through the classes and giving his comments to these young people. We appreciate your time and giving back to the program. As a reminder, once your calves go away, if we can ask the juniors to come back for a group photo, we would appreciate that. So a group photo will be taken immediately as soon as you can be back in the ring to congregate as a group. So your judge today in the Limousin Showmanship competition is Amanda Hamill. Amanda grew up on a cash crop and beef feedlot farm just outside of Brampton, which along with her involvement in 4-H, built the foundation for a career in Ontario agriculture. Currently, Amanda is a senior financing specialist in agriculture with RBC Royal Bank, where her focus is on developing solutions to help clients achieve their business and financial objectives. She has played an active role in various agriculture committees and boards. It was the passion and excitement of being involved in the 4-H program that led her to entering the Angus seed stock business 10 years ago. In addition to the purebred Angus cows, Amanda and her husband Steve own and operate a 60 kg dairy operation, which they started on their own 5 years ago, and are raising their 3 daughters, Madison, Haley, and Ava. The Ontario Junior Limousin Association Juniors would like to thank Sean Grant and the OLA board for their support in organizing the OJLA Association. Thanks also to the Lawrence family for their ongoing support of the Junior Limousin Association. Your dedication certainly is appreciated by all the juniors.
Well, if the quality of the intermediate showmen are going to be anything what the senior showmen are going to be, I'm going to be in for a bit of a tough go here. So, just an incredibly strong group of individuals out here that, you know, you really are kind of splitting hairs between them. A lot of times you get to the Royal, you think your cattle are quiet and calm, and you get into the show ring, and it's a little bit different. So, but you know, I'm going to start off with a young individual that I think maybe probably puts everything together with this heifer. She strides nice. She's got good head carriage. You know, for the most part, the idea about showing is trying to kind of hide the faults in your cattle. And, you know, sometimes that means stretch them out a little bit or tighten them up a little bit, maybe if they're weak in that loin. And, you know, I think she just had her animal presented at all times. Young man in second does a great job. He's very calm. He's got that show stick. You know, it's not a race. He keeps that heifer calm. You know, he actually did a great job over in the corner by keeping her square. You get into a big ring like this, you got to give you guys lots of space. That's probably where, you know, some of the showmen that probably could have been up a little bit higher today maybe faulted. You got to give yourself lots of space. You got to walk your cattle in line and go. So anyways, young gentleman does a nice job. Maybe just got, you know, those hind feet set out a little bit too much at times, but just did a great job. I've got the young individual in third, and if it was me, I'd maybe stretch that one back leg out a little bit. But, you know, beautiful head carriage on this heifer. He's got great posture. You know, you can tell he's experienced. The young girl I've got in fourth, I actually asked her what I'd change about her heifer, and she said her personality. And I kind of thought that was a little pretty fun, considering I thought it was all part of the limo breed, having lots of personalities. So anyway, she just did a great job. But like I said, on down the line, just, you know, head carriage, some feet placement, really important, and really looking at your animals to see how you could display them as good as possible. So just a great class of intermediate showmen.
So your results from the intermediate showmanship are as follows. Your winner was Julie Darling. Second was Jason Weber. Third was Nolan McClarty. Fourth was Michaela Roger. Fifth was Tyler Murray. Sixth was Cameron Ayers. Seventh was Emily Smith. Eighth was Connor Wiley. And ninth was Bianca Byers. We'd just like to make mention that we have some competitors competing today from Nova Scotia in our junior showmanship competition. So we'd like to give them a warm welcome to be participating in this show today. In that heat, we had Emily Smith. So Emily is all the way from Nova Scotia and is participating in the show today. So congratulations to all intermediates. Again, your winner was Julie Darling, and your reserve intermediate showman was Mason Weber. In the ring right now is our senior competitors who are competing for the title of champion senior show person. Also, just like to make mention the beautiful prizes that these young people are taking home with them today. They're sponsored by the Ontario Junior Limousin Association and their fundraising efforts, along with Lloydton Stock Farm from Holyrood, Ontario. Doug and Dennis Johnson are purebred Limousin breeders, along with a family construction business started by their father, Lloyd Johnston. The OJLA thanks them for the beautiful prizes they worked hard making for the juniors. They certainly are a wonderful keepsake and something very, very useful for these young people to take home today.
Well, I certainly do know how much work and effort it goes into preparing cattle, bringing them out, presenting them like this, and these juniors are just doing a whale of a job out here. And I'm going to start this class off with a young individual that I think comes to the class quite handedly. You sure can appreciate his quiet nature with that calf. He's calm on that show stick. And you know what? The reality is that heifer is trained. And I mean, probably didn't even have to use a show stick when he placed her, but that just goes to show you the amount of effort, the amount of work that goes into preparing that animal. So just did an incredibly good job. Gonna give him the advantage over the young show person I've got in second. You know what? Just a beautifully prepared animal. She's taken time. She has worked a lot on this animal. I just like to maybe calm her down a little bit on that show stick, right? And I mean, just slow it down a little bit, but very, very close placing. Really appreciate the gentleman I've got in third. At this point, you're splitting hairs. Right when he first came in, tailhead was a little high on that heifer. Just jack the show stick. I saw you do it the second time. I didn't see you do it the first time, but just a real nice job. This heifer, she's hard to show, and she's really hard to show. And you know, but she just did a good job. She kept working with her. And sometimes it's not about the quietest calf. It's how you handle the calf. But which is why I'm kind of placing her a little higher, because she does have a struggle with that calf. Get down the line, and so got a young girl here. She does a good job. Just maybe got that heifer stretched out a little bit too much for me at the time, and same with this next one that we've got going. She's a hard heifer to show as well. Maybe just a notch down on that nose a little bit. She likes to hold her head up, maybe just a little too high. If you dropped her neck a little bit, she might have a little bit more neck extension. But again, a good solid class. We get down the line, and at the end of the day, it's about head carriage, it's about feet placement, and at this stage of the game, it's got to be quick, it's got to be effective, but just a tremendous amount of individuals for a showmanship class.
Great job by our seniors, and our congratulations goes to your senior showman, Brad McIntyre. Your reserve is Laura Scott. In third is Connor Roger. Fourth is Melissa McIntyre. Fifth is Carolyn Darling. Sixth is Megan Wynn. Seventh is Taylor Stewart. Eighth is Corey Manell. Ninth is Ashley Higgins. 10th is Samantha Kennedy. And 11th is Sydney Patton. So our congratulations to all of the competitors. We would like to make mention of those participating today from Nova Scotia in our senior category. Welcome to Megan Wynn, Sydney Patton, Ashley Higgins, and Taylor Stewart. These young people all hail from Nova Scotia and are participating today in our showmanship competition. We're now going to move into a selection for the Grand Champion show person, where Judge Hamill will make her selections from her champion and reserve of each age division for the overall Grand Champion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just give these young show people a big round of applause. What an incredible, strong group of individuals. You know, it's kind of fun. I've got 3 little girls of my own, like Wendy had said, and they're in the barn with us quite a bit. And, you know, so you can appreciate the Pee Wee kids. They're enthusiastic. They want to be out here. And you know what? These kids spend hours and hours in the barn, and it's just not the kids. I know there's a lot of support from mom and dad and grandparents, aunts and uncles, but there's a degree that I'm looking for when you're showing cattle, and you got to be calm around the cattle. You've got to know your heifers. You've got to know your cattle, and you really got to know how to make them look the best, because that's what this is. We're exhibiting our livestock to show them how good we can exhibit, and at the end of the day, we're all in the seed stock business. So without further ado, I'm going to go out and I'm going to select my champion and my grand champion showman for your Ontario Junior Limousin show.
Your grand champion show person today is Mr. Brad McIntyre. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion is Laura Scott. Congratulations to all of our competitors. It was a great group of showmanship. We'd like to congratulate you all.